Okay, so time for some action figure upgrade. So we're going to upgrade this action figure. So we're going to change the setup of the chest rig. We're going to use a different body and possibly do a little bit of remodeling to this personal action figure build. Have to really let go of the flag. Okay, so actually this is my personal figure, one of my personal figure in classified form or Valaverse form or Joe Valaverse form. Okay, so the other figure is going to be that. So this is going to be the jungle platform of Laruan ObiOne, and we're going to make a urban platform. Okay, but we're going to utilize the same body since we already have several G.I. Joe Action Force Valaverse blowback deluxe sets in our collection, so we could really use parts from this to match the other guy. Okay, so let's take this figure apart. Okay, so we finally have our second figure, or our second personal figure, fully decked out. Okay, so that's the quick 360. So let's put in figure number 1. So my personal figure, this is in woodland, this other one is set up for urban. Okay, so yeah, we're going to do a quick dissection just of this guy later on. Okay, because we also have changes on this. Okay, so put that aside, put this on. Okay, so let's put this guy in 2x zoom. Okay, so we have the primary weapon of the body of the action figure. So let's dissect this guy. Okay, so just this section anyway of the gear. Okay, so the helmet is G.I. Joe Classified Series Footloose. We have another Footloose figure on board. Found one at my local Walmart. So yeah, bought it for action figure builds like this. Okay, so the head unit is Action Force Valaverse Ghost Operator. Okay, so the base body is Action Force Valaverse Deluxe Blowback. So why did I not use the deluxe blowback masked head? I just wanted to use something different to provide contrast with the overall green of the deluxe blowback body. Okay, so let's dissect the vest. So the vest is Action Force Valaverse Recon Gear Pack with different vest or pouch attachments or accessory attachments. Okay. Well, except for this item, that is Recon Gear Pack. Okay, so these pouches, where did that come from? From this Gridiron Studios parachute kit. Okay, so we took this section and we're going to repurpose this section for another action figure build. Okay, so let's move the figure to the side. Knife, that is deluxe blowback from his vest. That is Action Force Valaverse. The axe, we're going to dissect that later with the G.I. Joe Classified Series flashlight holder from Tiger Force Outback. Okay. So moving on to this section, that is from 60th anniversary G.I. Joe Classified Series female action marine. The secondary weapon is going to come from Outback Tiger Force. Okay, because while I was in service, the one that was issued to me is going to be a 45 ACP Colt 1911. Okay, 7 plus 1. Okay, so moving on to this side. Okay, axe. So something different. So our first figure had a machete or a bolo. So this has an axe or a battle axe. Okay, so let's dissect this item. Okay, so the scabbard, that is from Marvel Legends, just cut off a small piece from the, this is from the ninja, yeah. Okay, so it's from the katana holder. Okay, so that's Action Force Valaverse. Okay, here you go. And it's nestled on this side. Okay, so you could have this section lateral pointing backwards, or you could even do this forwards that way. Okay, but for improved articulation, well, for if you're just going to display this guy, then it's going to look good because you'll see the axe or fighting axe or whatever. But if it's going to be for play, then just rotate that piece to the side to free up articulation on the waistline. Okay, here you go. So let's move on to the primary weapon. Okay, so elastic cordage sling. So we drilled a hole. This is from the Crimson Guard. So we just took off or cut off the bayonet. Okay, so yeah, place a sling and a reflex, Trigicon reflex sight. Okay, so this is a replica of the rifle that I used in service. So I had at first an M16A1, then a shortened out version of the M16A1, or what we fondly call in the Philippines the Baby Armalite, or the XM17E1. But it did not have the Vietnam era flash hider. It already had a standard birdcage. Okay, yeah, but it did not have a shell deflector on this side, so just plain M16A1. Okay, so the thing that we used for fixed carry handles, which actually this replica is also a fixed carry handle. Okay, so yeah, something like that. So actually I like this better because it's lightweight, shorter and lightweight. Okay, instead of the more fancier iterations which had the Picatinny rails handguard, which made the rifle heavy, and then you're going to attach different accessories or furniture like a vertical foregrip, a light, or a laser and illuminator, and you're going to take off the carry handle to be replaced by a red dot sight. Yeah, so it made the rifle heavy. But still, in this configuration, this piece just an added piece on top. It's still a lightweight operational platform or a fighting implement. Okay, so a little bit of action pose for my personal action figure. Okay, finally got it right in 1:12 scale. Okay, so there you go. So sometimes we would wear body armor, sometimes not, but majority of the time, yeah, even in urban operations, it's just going to be a chest rig. Well, it's much more comfortable. Okay, and yeah, our unit were issued helmets like this, wherein we could attach communication devices and hearing protection, or even nods. But at present, Philippine Army already has the helmet, very basic for even the regular troops. Okay, so which is very good. Okay, so not only segregated towards the more specialized units, so yeah, it's already standard equipment. Okay, so yeah, makes me remember my old, yeah, so that's it. So what I carried from the M16A1 to the Car 15 XM177. So yeah, so this portion of the muzzle device that was changed to a bird cage, and I used a 20 round or a 30 round box magazine. Okay, with of course the 3G con reflex sight. Yeah, memories. Okay, so let's put in our other action figure. So yeah, so this one is really back heavy because of the 15 or 10 or what's how many days is that? I think that's, yeah, that's a 12-day pack. Okay, so still chest rig, 4 magazines up front, knife, so just similar to that, and a pouch on the side for stripper clips for the M16A1. Okay, and of course bolo. This one has a axe. Okay, so major changes to this going to be the configuration of the backpack. Okay, here you go. So 2 backpacks sandwiched by, what's this sandwiched material that we have in between? It's going to be, yeah, landscape lichen, which you could buy at your local Hobby Lobby. So just a different configuration for camouflaging a backpack like that. Okay, so options. So the base one, that is from the 60th anniversary Action Marine, the female Marine, and this is from, yeah, actually too many a G.I. Joe classified series action figure to mention. Okay, but that's it. Just drill a hole on this backpack from the Marine Gear backpack, and yeah, just attach it. Very easy mold, not very complicated. Okay, yeah. Well, of course, it's my personal figure, so I know what I carried in the field. Okay, now if I was given the chance to really design my own Action Force Valaverse kit, or yeah, because not many are a fan of the Recon Gear pack or the current issued Action Force Valaverse gear pack. Okay, so yeah, just my creating my own dream gear set. Okay, so let's talk about that. Okay, oopsie daisies. Okay, so let's take a look at the vest. So 3 mag. Actually, not a fan of the removable magazine thing because the magazines are just way too small. And yeah, I think I would just want molded material wherein I could just take off the thing. Something like this. That's molded material. That's from Operation Monster Force, which I repurposed for this Action Force Valoverse kit. Okay. So yeah, if I was to create my own vest setup, so yeah, 6 magazines up front, 3 magazines for the pistol, communication device, and a flashlight side. Helmet, bump helmet, or yeah, but this has to be really improved because the ones that are being offered or sold to us, the stem for the nodes is just way too long. Okay, and I wish that this already the stabilizers or the battery holder or the weight holder, this is going to be standard design for Action Force followers. Yeah, so yeah, hearing protection and mic, so I'm not using the peltors that's designed by Vala. I prefer this piece. Okay, as for the battle belt, okay, that comes, okay, so sidearm, yeah, love this. So this is good to go, but I would like to have pouches on this side because this side is empty. Yeah, we could at least put a little bit of molded pouch in there to store stripper clips for your rounds for your pistol, or even just a packet that you could store rifle cartridges, possibly 10 cartridges. Yeah, because I'm in this configuration, so I also put that packet or that pouch to store stripper clips for the M16A1. Okay, but for this configuration, I would like a stripper clip for the pistol just in case I run out of rounds, and a few just a small packet that I could insert about 5, 6, or 7 rifle rounds. Yeah, you know what, it's still going to work because in the field, that's what has been done. You would carry magazines and then lots and lots of stripper clips or loose rounds. Any packet that you could place a round on, that packet is going to be filled. And later on, as the firefight progresses, you'd get your magazines and use the loose rounds and load them. Okay, so there you go, pistol magazines. So this is the configuration that I would possibly want from Action Force Valoverse. Pistol magazine with the 2 rifle magazines on the back and a backup light. Tool, a multi-tool, we could do with or without, but still a good detail to add. And of course the med kit with at least a cross on it, just a little bit of paint, Vala, it won't hurt. Okay, there you go. And as for the rifle, I would want a rifle or Action Force Valoverse rifle without a detachable magazine, or if it's going to be a detachable rifle magazine, at least this size is going to be right, like this one. So this version actually did not come with a vertical foregrip, so I just placed that on, kit bashed it, and yeah, we placed a flashlight on top, and that is Action Force Valaver's laser and illuminator. But the other thing is going to be really thin pencil barrels for the rifle. Yeah, so I would like to see thicker barrels on Action Force Valaver's rifles. Okay, so this, with the flash hider, we just placed that rubber tubing to at least enhance the size of the rifle flash hider, because it was just way too small or unnoticeable compared to G.I. Joe Classified series. Take a look at that flash hider. With Action Force Valaverse, you have to use a microscope to know that there's a flash hider on the rifle. Okay, or a muzzle device. Okay, so yeah, I hope this becomes standard too. Just wishful thinking. A elastic cordage or sling. Okay, or even just provide holes on the buttstock and sections on this end of the rifle wherein we could insert our elastic cordage or whatever material we have on board. Okay, so my dream kit for 1:12 scale, so I just made it. We're going to use this with another action figure build. Okay, so if you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe to help me grow my channel. And yeah, we are back from YouTube vacation. So actually, this was our first project video. Okay, so once again, if you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe to help me grow my channel. And see you on the next action figure or custom action figure review.